So when I first started this channel, it was because I saw some stuff that did not work at all and no one was saying that it didn't work and someone had to say something. So I crawled out from underneath my rock, created something, but since that, many people have started channels where they've started to debunk this stuff that clearly doesn't work. So I've kind of disappeared a bit because I have real life things to do. But this one thing that continuously happens is something that made me crawl out from under my rock again. A lot of reality-based self-defense instructors will look at these techniques that require a lot of fine motor skills for knife defense. So stuff like if he goes to, and then I'm gonna come over here and then break the arm, they'll look at that stuff and they'll think like, that is bullshit, and they'll make fun of it, which obviously I agree with because that is what my entire channel revolves around. The issue I have is with the alternative they give to that. They say, if you see a knife, just run. 100% of the time, run. That's what you have to do. That'll keep you safe. And I think that that advice is equally as irresponsible as the fine motor skill techniques that they are making fun of. Stay with me. I know that sounds crazy, but I hope to convince you by the end of this. So the thing is, in regards to running from a knife, there are so many variables that will determine whether it's a good idea to run or whether it's a bad idea to run. An example of this is this door over here to the right. In order to open it, I need to pull it. Now, in order to pull a door, you need to run up to it, completely stop your momentum, pull down on the handle, and then regain your momentum again. And if I'm over here with Yohei, we're here, he's talking to me, he's pulled out a knife, I think, holy crap, this is not a good situation. My instructor tells me now to just run. I'm gonna try with all of my energy to get out of that door. I'm just gonna sprint. Yohei, try to catch me, try to stab me. If I get out, follow me, you continue to chase me, and we'll see what happens, I guess. So I'm actually gonna try to run.
There you go.
Yes, I'm really well, thank you. How are you? And the thing that happened was I became dead. And that's not what you want to do when you're trying to not be dead. So what does this mean? This means that when you're thinking about whether or not you should run, you need to consider the variables at play that make it a good idea or a bad idea. If there's a door that you have to pull to open, that's going to make it more likely that you're going to get caught. So in this scenario here, based on my experience training with knives, I know there's no way I'm going to get out that door before he catches up to me with that knife. So I need to fight. So what you have to do in order to know whether or not it is a good or bad idea to run is train knife defense, try running a whole bunch in a bunch of different environments, and based on doing that, you'll learn off of experience, based on how many times you've been stopped and gotten caught, what's caused that to happen, you'll know whether or not it's a good time to run. Based on my experience, I know that I'm not going to be able to get out that door before he gets to me. This doesn't mean that as soon as I see the knife, I'm going to get here and start doing this stuff. If I've done the correct pre-confrontational thing and I've scanned my environment, I've looked for things around that I could potentially use to my advantage, I may run, not necessarily instantly to escape, but if he pulls that knife out, I may have seen this bag over here. So I may run backwards, grab this, so now I can use this to return to the confrontation more effectively. And now if we go, I can use that to block. And then I'm here. So I ran so that I can engage more effectively than I would have originally been able to. And then once, if we're struggling, once we're here, if I get him over here, from here, then perhaps in the amount of time that it takes him to turn around, based on experience, I can get out of the door. But in order to know whether or not that's a good idea, I need to train it. I need to understand the variables at play and have the experience that will tell me whether or not it's a good idea. So moral of the story is, don't just run, because that could get you killed if you don't properly understand it, and go to a gym, train, and learn how to actually fight.